WIFTV PM. WIFTV PM.
What's up, good people? If you didn't tune in to the last I Said What I Said, here's what you missed. Special thanks to Love McPherson.
And when you talk about object sex, you and objectifying that woman, you glorify pieces of her. And let me tell you something. If you think that doesn't matter, it does. And I'm going to tell you why it matters. I looked at a video and I was looking at these young boys, these teenagers, and they were like, do you like black women or white women? I like white women. I like white women. And first I felt some kind of way. Then you know what happened to me? I started listening to them and they said, why did you like the white women? Because they'll do anything for you. Yeah, the white hoes.
Bitch, you is a hoe. Bitch, you is a hoe.
And I thought pornography has elevated what the white woman will do for you, the objectifying of her. And this is why we don't realize, even in our spaces, the black man is shut down because he doesn't know the power of his seed like the white man knows the power of his seed.
Oh, look. Just like milk.
He doesn't realize that you sit up there coming into my neighborhood, objectifying my white women because you say they do it better than your women is a problem. They don't do it to them, but they won't bring that out, and they will not allow you to do that to their women.
I said what I said. Herb and 2, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Trigger with instructor Mike on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? Why? Because someone told a great guy no.
No! God, please, no! No!
And he told that no, and he said, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that no into next opportunity. That's the latest book I just released, what I tell myself about no, because children who do not understand the power of rejection and the propulsion that occurs inside it becomes adults who can't take rejection, and your next opportunity could be right around the corner if you just understand how to use that no. And that's why we exist at What's in It for the Black People Media Network, because someone took a no and said, I'm gonna create next opportunity. You're not silencing the voice, because that's what's in it for the black people, is the truth. Not always that you want to hear, it's the shit that needs to be said, because our ancestors fought and died to give us the right of access, and who the fuck are you to tell me no? Only on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard.
You'll never breed a warrior.
Warriors, come out to play.
Shh. You hear that? And that's what's happening at every angle. They're creating paradigms where we can only raise feminine men.
Yes.
Whether they're homosexual or not, they feminine as shit.
Sure, because all masculinity is toxic.
All masculinity is toxic in a war-torn society where the dominant society is saying to your ass, we don't never want no warriors.
Right.
You bastards. Any book you've ever read, you can read the Bible, goddammit. When they go and they destroy some shit, they kill all the boy babies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even want you growing up to think you're going to do some shit to me.
Animals do the same thing. If I come over here and I take over this village now or whatever, like this gonna be my pride. First thing I'm doing, killing the male boys, like killing the male babies.
Don't you even grow up with that attitude,
Don't you
little
even
nigga.
think about it.
Ever.
Okay?
Bitch.
Right. You ain't my daddy, you damn right I ain't your daddy. Fuck your fort, little nigga.
Fuck your fort.
You're not my dad.
That's fucked up. Oh man, I hate that I laugh at this shit in public.
That's real.
I hate that I laugh at this stuff in public.
That's real though, right? Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
WIFTV.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, Lisa E.
Good morning.
Good morning, Esco.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rarilla.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? It is Wednesday, not to be confused with Wednesday. In Black speak, it's Wednesday.
And my two favorite numbers, 2 and 8, the 28th.
Oh, is that
2 and 8 are my
true?
two favorite numbers.
Oh, okay. It's Wednesday. Today actually, I lied. The weather is going to be better. It's supposed to get up to 50 degrees today.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, that's
No
like
snow.
summertime. No snow.
Okay.
No precipitations. And actually, it's supposed to get like in the 60s by next week. So that's pretty cool.
I gotta
I'm
look at the
happy.
weather.
But the weather people have not really been accurate at all. So, like, do they get in trouble? Because how can they? I mean, they blame it on Mother Nature. We didn't know that it was about to snow for 10 minutes the other day.
The cool thing is that I just talked about how it's usually cold on Halloween, so at least it won't be rainy. I mean, I don't know who's going to trick or treat, but so let me just say this. I'm a cuss early. I know it's 9/11. Not to be confused with my puppy's birthday.
Oh.
Spirit Week at What's in It for the Black People Media. Today is What's in It for the Black People Media Day. Now, yesterday, my little big brother, Maze Jackson, talked about me because I didn't have a Roosevelt University shirt. So I wrote Roosevelt on a shirt. Okay? I could have brought the degree off the wall. But here's the thing. He said, it doesn't count. Wait for it. On today, in my preacher voice, he was supposed to supply the What's in It for the Black People Media t-shirts.
Why you so fit?
Why
you got the perfect figure for it?
Hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. This other dog. Listen. So I come in today. How you doing, Big Red? He say t-shirts in the bag. It must have been for Shaq. Because it wasn't not.
Well,
2 weeks,
I mean,
two
I'm
weeks
not Shaq,
ago,
right.
2 weeks ago, I said, "Here's
Damn,
my
I guess
size."
I'm Shaq. I guess
Now,
I'm
if
Shaq.
but then my sister, who I adore, was like, Ruthie said, tie it in the back or roll it in the front.
said,
And then
cut and
Esco
crop
said,
it.
cut the crop. I said, yesterday, that didn't count. So I can't do all that today. So I'm going to talk about that all day. I might talk about it for the rest of the week.
But it's a shirt though.
Right,
And you
now-
just
Here's
need
the thing.
shirt.
They said wear a large. I said, y'all didn't know me in the 80s when I thought I was one of the homies. But I used to do that. Now, I mean, damn, this is a medium and it's too big.
Right.
I'm trying to show the
we're
girls.
We're all envious of Dawn because I would love to fit a medium.
No,
Would
I'm a
probably,
BBW.
a medium and a medium would fit left and right over here. But
I would crop
I'm
top
actually
it so
Hold
fast.
on. Let's bring this back to me and my feelings, okay?
Right.
Because right now, this
I'm
is
just trying to distract you.
the
Please don't
Book of Dawn, and this is going to be a whole chapter, okay? I got a problem. So when he started taking pictures and saying, we won, no, you didn't. Okay, this like some election stuff. Yeah. This is like he like Donald Trump right now. So he like if it don't get in the ballot, it don't get in the count, and all that old sideways. Baby, I'm hot as fish grease.
I know she
Charmain
is.
Rickett is coming with us after the break, and I hope she bought some grease from Uncle Remus in here, cause she gonna have to cook me.
See, and I'm actually, I know, and I'm actually.
Hater, loser,
But
little baby, Big Red Trump in this building. Jesus, take me to commercial. My nerves is bad. I'll be right back, y'all.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Chicago famous. with Mike Love and Diz.
The destined legend himself, Leon Rogers.
Yeah.
What's going on, Playboy?
Man, listen, honored to be here with radio legends, man. Two brothers I looked up for and patted my success.
You walked away from your day job and you went straight in the
Man, brother, first time somebody called me to do the gig, they was like, hey, I got my grandmama's 85-year-old birthday party. She's turning 85. She has a brain tumor. I mean, now she's not going to be able to hear because she's in a coma, but she'll be laying in the room, and we just want the good vibes. Well, what is it? $75. We need you to do an hour. I'm there because of the passion I wanted to do the comedy.
Yeah.
So I quit. But when you quit that job, and the job I had was decent. My father, every young black man should have a dad or a father figure in his life.
Yes.
When I say he went off on me.
My son works.
When I told him I quit to do comedy, my mom, mamas is always like, well, that's good, baby. You spread your wings. You realizing what God wants you to do.
Right.
My father like, you got to be the dumbest son of a bitch in the world. I can't believe you came from my ball sack. $65,000 a year. Me and your mama combined only make 80. You dumb mother. I mean, going off. Like, me and my pops actually kind of fell out.
Old school black fathers, old school mindset. They came up working. They know how hard it is.
Hands knuckles black. Hands look like he worked at the steel mill, like he was dipping them in the lava. So, he pissed. My hands manicured. He's super cool and he know kung fu. I'm clean. I work on computers. Drives a $5,000 car and wears a $100 suit.
Right.
He like, I'm out here getting lung poisoning from inhaling all these steel mill fumes and touching people's mail. Look at my hands. I can't even pick up a fork and knife. Your mama got to cut my food for me. And you want to quit to do some damn comedy. He hell.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTV PM.
Welcome back. You tuned into the Book of Dawn. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say it. You tuned into the Book of Dawn at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. They keep telling me to woosah. So here's the thing. If you know me, you know I'm here or here. I'm going to jail or I'm gonna love you till you sick. Okay. Right now, they told me to breathe. Mama, come get me. I'm going to jail today, y'all. I'm not.
How are you so beautiful when you upset, though?
Girl, this is probably when it's most dangerous. Like Michael Jackson. So, here's the thing. I'm going to say it one time. I'm broadcasting from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios, where we're a family. Because when you go to the family reunion and the brother that's supposed to have your T-shirt don't have your T-shirt, I'm going to keep talking about it the whole day. But for now, it is Who's That Girl? It's Wednesday. And I crush on a lot of incredible women that I need y'all to know if you don't already know them. And if you do know them, let's crush together. We are joined by the president and CEO of Uncle Remus Saucy Fried Chicken.
How do I say that? Saucy.
Charmain is the youngest of 12 children, and look at that. The 12th child would be the child to carry the legacy of a family on her back. Charmain is also a leader in her community, a graduate of Columbia, like Lisa and I.
Absolutely.
Columbia's kicking ass and taking names, right? She is a communicator herself. She does a weekly show on the. See, did you watch it?
Are those for sale? Is that a tiny though?
Not girl. Nah, you need a Charmain. We don't have extra large 14, 16 kids yet.
I do.
Is this clean though? Okay, because you know I'm a germaphobe.
Wait.
I'm gonna put this on.
You got a fresh new shirt?
Okay.
I didn't get a fresh. No, I'm gonna stop.
Hold on. He
That's not
just said I'm sorry publicly, so I'm gonna say.
Is that an extra medium?
No, it's big as hell, but I'm gonna put it on. He's trying to be nice. He's trying to be nice.
on.
I'm gonna be
Put
nice.
it on.
Put it on.
Put it on. First of all, did you see the picture she posted yesterday, Lisa?
Yeah, I did. See, and it's so funny.
Why you gotta
it
hurt him
doesn't
like
look.
that? You got a long sleeve?
Got tied this
Yeah,
got tied in the back.
See,
Give me a rubber band. Somebody bring me a rubber
Ron
band.
has a little wrong.
Somebody bring me a rubber band.
And
I need a rubber band to tie it in the back like when we was little being fast.
Here.
Okay. Anyway. Charmain is
They're holding
wait,
up
let me see
tens.
that picture. Hold on.
They're holding up tens. Like,
I can't stand these people I work with, Lord God. I can't.
Bruno Torliani gave her a 10.
Charmain, you see what I have to do?
I love
I
the
hang
energy
with our
in here.
crew, and
I
then
love it.
I got us and them.
Absolutely.
Lord,
I love it.
And then Mr. Millhouse. I'll just have to stay turned.
Okay. And full of champagne.
And she knows.
Good morning, Charmaine. Good morning.
She knows
Good
her.
morning. Good morning.
Charmain is has her journey to taking over the legacy started with working for the mayor.
Absolutely.
Harold Washington.
Oh my gosh.
The mayor.
Most proudest time in my life before now.
Yeah.
To be able to just be a part of history and be in that culture where we needed back, where we just felt empowered and we felt in a space where we could make a difference. And I was a part of the mayor's office of special events. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the festivals that are going on now, I was like in the very beginning stage, like Gospel Festival. I'm dating myself. It was Taste of Chicago. Not even Taste of Chicago. It was a Chicago Fest. Before under Jane Byrne.
Yeah.
She was the one who started it. So I have such great history here and with the mayor and being able to, even when I started as an intern. So to be an intern, I went to Milan, Italy. So the whole Sister Cities program that the city has now, that was incubated and birthed during the Harold Washington administration. So I went to Italy to represent the city of Chicago. This little girl still at Columbia College, actually interning, just always that ambition and always like, Dawn and I have the same personality. What'd you say? Yeah, I can do that for real. And we gonna figure it out. It ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thank you for mentioning that. I don't get to really go back and think about those days, but those were fantastic days.
I thought it was fitting because I think probably that work under such an incredible leader, who was a good person as
heart.
well.
Yeah.
Did that play a role in or does it play a role daily in your grind? Do you draw from those moments?
Yeah, I think before you got that really nice sweatshirt you were alluding to, me being still involved in the community. So I wear several hats, and I'm pretty confident me being a part of that administration in 1985 to 89 on his untimely death, and daily come around and they call you being separated from your position. Mm-hmm. But that's still rooted in me the need to still stay involved with community because his work had just begun. So, after being separated, I went into the family business. I thank God. I say I went to Columbia College to be Oprah. I thank God for chicken. Hallelujah for chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you could have been Oprah.
And so, coming back to the community, and the community has always been good to us. My family, second generation business owner. And, it started with my parents. They gave to the community, even during the riots. I love when my dad tells the story of how the Black Panthers really ran the west side of Chicago, in a sense that you had to go through them to even operate your business, and they respected him so much they would move the big blue horse, the barrier, to let him operate his business, and he would feed them, and he's given away food and built restaurants and literally just giving you the key to say, hey, I want you to win. So I think that's where I'm rooted from birth, and then to be able to work with the Harold Washington administration and see the changes that we were about to make. And it's so interesting and parallel because he had it hard, just like Barack Obama had it hard, because he was with a city council that, the Great Council Wars. I know Mays remembers that as well, the Great Council Wars. So he had a hard time like Barack, but he had a good heart and he had great intentions, and I got to see that right up close. I got to be in the room with him, and when people would come see him, say, "Hey, Mr. Mayor, this is Dawn, and she's with the Book of Dawn. She's coming to see you, and this is a photo op." So to be young and to have that opportunity is forever ingrained in who I am and who I became.
Sure. So Charmain, I'm going to jump around a little bit because I want to talk about where you've taken a small, for the lack of a better word, with no disrespect intended, small mom and pop
absolutely
storefront,
yes,
to an international venue like Walmart. How can you tell us what you got? Not that it wasn't what it was good at the time, and where you've taken it now.
Yeah, so the whole Walmart journey was interesting, and it still keeps me going, and they can't take that away because this little black girl made history, period.
Amen.
Point blank. And Walmart made history, so it was dual. It was the first time Walmart was ever coming into the city limits, and it was a lot of testimony in front of city council for that, and it was the first time that they had a non-franchise female and black be considered a vendor or a restaurant within there. And how that came about is twofold. I just joined a church. I had just transitioning church, and I was having knee surgery at the time. I had got my purse snatched, and I had 3 knee surgeries and didn't walk for 18 months, but that's a whole nother thing. And I just went to my pastor and I said, "Listen, I am very much wanting to be in the community, and I want to help in the community, and anything at church, for business related, I want to, just be a part of that." And then probably some months later, he was like, "Hey, I'm meeting with them and the 37th Ward Pastoral Alliance with Alderman Emma Mitz, who I adopted her as my godmother, and said, 'Hey, we're doing this. They're doing this Walmart, and they need a part of their agreement was to bring a minority vendor.' But the caveat to that was being in a position to be ready." And I'm going to kind of bounce around. And one of my things that I continue to work on with my community part is to get businesses ready for these opportunities. And so Ma and Pa does not at all offend me, because I'm always trying to get people to think beyond Ma and Pa. So I think my opportunity came because I know that people look at me as a Ma and Pa, but I never thought as a Ma and Pa. I always knew that we had a brand. I always knew that it needed to grow. I always knew that what I needed to do to get there. 20 years ago, I didn't have the money, but I had the resources to figure it out and
the
will to do it. And so when Walmart came, probably no one in the community could present financials or to say, because they just didn't want to say, because the city mandates this, we're just going to give it to anyone. We need to know, can you operate? Can you handle the business? So even back then, I look at thinking I had systems, and I did have systems in place. It was the beginning of where I am evolving to today. But the only reason probably I made it is not because, a lot of people in the community have great food. There are lots of mom and pop businesses that really, really have good food, and some are second generations, but they did not have the foresight to think ahead, to build their business as a brand. So when, someone like Walmart came calling, they could answer it. So basically, I had the back end ready. My dad always taught me business is not run on the floor. If you're on the floor working, you can't run the business because you're too tired to get in the office, because the money is made in the office. It's not really made in the front of the house.
Yeah, that is a lesson, and it's difficult as a fellow restaurateur.
Absolutely.
You know your vision. You know what makes it right, what makes it work, and people want to see you. And so it's difficult, right? Because they come to, they're assuming that you're going
the
to
brand.
be back there
Absolutely.
cooking the chicken every day, and you're actually trying to grow and be in other neighborhoods, which you did, coming for making a journey to the South Side, in the Washington Park, Hyde Park area.
Yes.
How long has that store been open?
We're 6 years, and it's interesting because we know that in Chicago there are two favorite chicken places, and I'm glad. Listen, this is my philosophy. You know, there's always a Harold's versus Uncle Remus, and I tell people.
Yeah, it's one of my quiz questions.
It's okay.
I was like, are you
I
going to
usually
quiz her
win.
with that? Right.
And I win. I usually win.
Well, I know that I've had Brat, Mike Epps, and
Ricky
Smiley call me when they were coming to town, like, run me that uncle. And I call you, and I'm like, Charmaine, I know it's 50 o'clock at night.
Exactly. 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'll deliver. Absolutely. Yeah, but you know, I tell people when I coach them on businesses that if McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's can be next door across the street, that means that they've done the demographics and they know how much foot traffic and who likes hamburgers. I can pass them all. I'm a Wendy's girl. I'm not taking anything from McDonald's because I like Wendy's burgers. I like McDonald's French fries. Right. I like McDonald's has the best Coke hands down. So they already know this. So when I was going south, you know, people were like, hey, you know, you're going south, you're going Harold's territory. I said, it's enough chicken wings to go around. And I told them that I would make it. And I promise I don't mean no offense to this, but we can all say, what's your favorite Harold's?
Well, I don't eat chicken, but when I did, I would say 87th Street.
Lisa E.
There's a few of them. There was a couple of them, like in the suburb. I'm in the suburbs, and probably the 87th one.
Okay, but why are they favorites? Because they're not consistent.
And I wouldn't say they were favorites. It's just where I went.
No, I'm speaking restaurant.
Yeah, it's not. They were not consistent. It's not consistent.
And I know you and I have also had this conversation about the judgment. Part of it is perception of the person. Like, would I go to MacArthur's in Country Club Hills? Probably not, because my experience is connected to MacArthur's on the West Side. And so we had this conversation about,
absolutely.
Remember this? And you said, Dawn, I pride myself on being consistent. So whatever Uncle Remus they go to, it will be the same, just like McDonald's.
Exactly.
And I think
I've studied that.
I think what you have done successfully is to actually put that in action. A lot of people think they're doing that, but they don't.
Yeah. And I worked. I also tell people when I speak with them, probably for 10 years, I was in that front of the house. I worked probably 10 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. I used to go to my Baptist church. I used to roll my jeans up, put my robe on, go sing, and come back to build the business for consistency. So part of people saying, I want to, you know, they love the glamour. It's like, I love the wedding. I love the ceremony.
Yeah, but you don't want to be married.
You don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell people, when you open a business, it's the honeymoon before the marriage.
Right.
And then, you know, it's like, oh man, I'm married to you. We're going to go to counseling. I quit you. I don't like you. That's business.
Right.
But you have to stick with it. So part of me going to the South Side, knowing that Harold's is Harold's territory. It's what you said. Country Club, MacArthur's, I want to think that. So I knew that I needed to be able to be consistent, most on top of my game, consistency. And then I knew that I wanted to rebrand the brand. So, I mean, the store is beautiful on 47. And I knew that going forward, that's how I wanted it to look. But before I moved south, I did surveys. I did marketing surveys, asked people what zip code they came from, you know, what were their first choice of chicken, how many times do they come. So I had all of that research. And before you ask, it's like you want to jump in, let me say this, back to the McDonald's and Wendy's and all that. So what I do, moving forward, when I see them, I'm always going to build near them because they've already done. I'm not going to do the work. I don't have the money to do the work.
That's facts.
Okay, but I also know that then when say where's Uncle Remus, it's becoming in their mind. Oh, they're a brand because we're next to McDonald's, next to Jimmy John. Yeah. So I'm always going to be by other brands to break the mold from Mom Pie. But people still going to be endearing from Mom Pie, but my vision is so much bigger.
And they're going to keep their affinity and their experience. Restaurants are experiences. And what happened and the history of the West Side location it'll never go away.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll have to tell the story of the sign.
The sign.
I think it is
It's
y'all
really
ain't
good.
ready.
It's
The
brilliant.
name of Uncle
The name
Remus.
of Uncle Remus.
So the day I met Charmaine, I said, so who's Remus?
Yeah, I know. Who is that? Your dad?
Is that
your
your dad?
uncle?
And you tell him the story.
So basically, back to when the rioting of the 60s and the Panthers would let my parents in, to run their business. They had such respect in the community. Everything was on fire. They weren't on fire. So the building next to them was on fire. And some of the flames and stuff got to my parents' business, and it essentially burned down. And they went to look for a sign, and basically the sign company they had dealt with, and he was like, listen, there was this couple out of Indiana that was going to open a restaurant and become, have a business, but they're running scared with these whole riots and everything. And if you buy this sign, I'll sell it to you cheap since it's ready already. And it was Uncle Remus. And that's how we became Uncle Remus. And that's probably over 50 years ago. But Uncle Remus in and of itself is a folklore out of the Burr Rabbit, out of Disney, Burr Rabbit. So he was very tar black, dark, as black as the paint on this wall, and he spoke like this, and where you gonna be, and this is there, over there. So it was a character out of as they always do, the minstrel type. So they really didn't feel comfortable, but we just kind of took that and we've been Uncle Remus ever since. And we were just Uncle Remus Chicken, and now we're Uncle Remus Saucy Fried Chicken because, every brand has a tagline. And that's just how we are. That's who we are.
That's probably my favorite story.
Yeah,
I love
Yeah,
that
but they
story.
call my daddy Uncle Remus. People see him say, hey, Uncle Remus. Hey, Uncle Remus. So they think he's Uncle Remus, but his name is Gus. But
I was going to piggyback what before Dawn said. That was what I was going to say about the experience. As a customer, you definitely want the experience, and quite frankly too, the customer service. You might like the food somewhere, but if I can pick between places and the customer service and the people that I know behind it are running it, I'm going to go there first.
Yeah,
because
and I tell people all the time, I'm so excited about the new chapter where I'm going, because I'm excited about the growth. And then on the other hand, I'm like tired, and I'm like getting old, and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to grow the brand. But, I am probably, when you think about Mom Pie, and I coach people all the time. I have, during this pandemic, so many of my community businesses struggled, not because of they couldn't be open. I'm talking about my fast food. I'm talking about my I don't want to name them, but I'm talking about my people in the community that you can just go and get some chicken and some ribs and some fish and all of that good stuff. They had no social media presence, no online presence, no third-party delivery presence, anything that would help them survive during this pandemic. So when they all came to me scrambling the first couple of months, I'm like, okay, let's get this going. Let's do this. And I say, that's because you think Ma and Pa. Mm-hmm. You can't grow. You can't stay within the community because this is a once in a lifetime pandemic.
Yeah.
We will not be around when the next one comes. Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. So they have to be prepared. So one of the things that I'm so excited about is just the fact that I survived this because I have, a robust website. I had third-party delivery, which I don't like them. We fight all the time because they do come in our community and they take advantage of.
Sure they do.
Our community, because we don't know, but other it's just a lot to do
there's
that.
No
but if you
back.
have to, there's no give back. And we just I had a long conversation with them. I'm not going to tell you who I use. I'm just going to say that they called and said, do you want your business to be a part of, the Black Lives Matter, so that when people go and they order, they'll see you.
In the section.
And I told them absolutely not. They've asked me at least 7 or 8 times because I'm probably one of their more robust businesses in the community. And they were so baffled as to why. And I'm going to tell you why. Is because I told them, you're not giving me anything. Because here's the thing. I want you to, when you go on the third party app and you see my business as a Black Lives Matter, they're giving you, the consumer, free delivery.
Yeah.
I'm still paying.
Sure.
So you have done me nothing.
Sure.
But more in your pocket for the marketing fee or whatever you deliver, whatever. And when I explained it to them that way, they got it. And they were like, oh, I'm like, yeah. So if you're going to go and buy from me the whole purpose, I guess, was for non-blacks to support blacks during all of this unrest. And I said, well, it's a great opportunity that they're feeling some type of empathy. So they're only going to order one time. And if they do order again and again, they're not coming into my community. So you're telling me I've gained a customer, but you're taking that percentage every time they buy. So you haven't done me anything.
I would say this. I would say that it irritates my whole soul.
Mine
that
too.
There's a section on Netflix and there's a section on Uber Eats and there's a section because I, as a restaurant owner, although my mama is beautiful and black,
mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be known as a black restaurant. I wanted to be known as a good restaurant.
Absolutely.
Because you don't go to other restaurants. I'm going to the white restaurant. Yes, I'm black, and I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be that's a good black restaurant.
Exactly.
That's not the goal as a restaurateur.
Great point.
The goal is to be a good restaurant
mm-hmm.
with consistency because
Absolutely.
you will lose a customer if I go and eat the saucy fried chicken
mm-hmm.
and it tastes different every time, I'm not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 times for it not to taste the way I remember the moment it happened. That's like sex, girl. You know,
mm-hmm.
you with the crowning moment of sex, you're like, I want that. That's what you're chasing.
Right.
And so, like, don't put me in a section.
Yeah, great.
So that you look like you're doing something because we're here working every day.
I agree.
Great comment. Yeah, I don't want that, and I don't want Black Lives Matter next to Uncle Remus sauce.
Because I am black, and I already know I matter.
And I already have every ethnicity.
And I was going to say, because you guys are a
chicken
fixture,
is universal, international.
Your name is a fixture, so when people that live here or don't live here,
mm-hmm.
they just hear Uncle. It's a fixture,
mm-hmm.
just like a name goes a long way. Just like the 3 of us were at Columbia College. When you put that name Columbia, people just automatically you move up places. So when people hear your restaurant, they just automatically will like, okay, well,
they know
it's a
that
fixture.
we've been around 50 years, over 50 years. Yes,
they already know what they're going to expect because it's
yes.
high quality, just like the
yes.
ladies at Columbia. So,
Charmain, I think it's important. Part of the reasons that I admire you as a sister, and as somebody who is that girl, and I say girl because I feel like we're all girls.
Mm-hmm.
Girl doesn't mean you're not a grown woman.
Yeah.
Girl means that you're
That's
a
my
girl when you're born.
Like,
like you were born a
yeah.
girl. So that little girl should
mm-hmm.
always live. I think your success, and I think the work you do with the Austin African American Business Association is important because I think the failure of a lot of small businesses, and I'm going to step out here and say black,
mm-hmm.
are processes and systems.
Absolutely.
And record keeping and bank account. And I think even to the...
And filing a return.
And did you trademarked your sauce?
Yep.
Those
mm-hmm.
I think
mm-hmm.
those are things that
I have lots of
you're
trademarks.
able to give through organizations
yes.
like that
mm-hmm.
networking association and the other mentoring you do.
Yes.
Because that's where the failure happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the it's not in the ambiance
mm-hmm.
or the taste. It's in the business
mm-hmm.
of the business.
Mm-hmm.
And so can you speak to a young restaurant owner who is having difficulty right now? What would you tell them if it's just completely broken, the process to fix it?
Well, there are so many variables, but the first thing I would say is check and see if you are consistent, because consistency is the absolute reason why people come back. We have our favorite places because I just go and order one thing. So consistency for that, but more importantly, run your business like a business so that when these opportunities come, you can take advantage of them. Another thing within my community, people couldn't do PPP, they couldn't do EIDL because we're so afraid of not giving the government money. The government was designed for us to give them money. Period.
Right.
When they have to give you money, it takes for them forever.
Right.
They want their money right away, but let them overpay you. It takes them 6 months to give you your credit back. And then they tell you, oh, we can't give it back. We're just going to give you your credit. Leave it sitting right there. sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? But to be in the position to run your business like a business, meaning, pay somebody some payroll taxes. If you understand what I'm saying in between what I'm saying, pay somebody, even if it's yourself and someone else. So, and file taxes and put yourself in a position to win. I think those are the first barriers that we face in our community. No one pay any payroll. Everybody paying everybody cash. They say cash is king. Cash is king only if it's on a surplus, not if it's all how you operate. Make your tax returns, even if it's a little bit, so that you are bankable. And then when you make your tax return, don't take a loss. Because why is a bank going to loan somebody something that loses all the time? Sure. Bankers are in the business of making money. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to give you money if you're a loser.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think those are that. And then work on your business. I read at least 10 minutes a day, something that will help me grow, which is why I have probably one of the most, I have my own, everything I did before. So a lot of people have apps or downloadable apps. My app is proprietary to me because so many third parties, you'll be 6 and 7 down the line. So educate yourself in that way. And I did that. So my app is, robust. I have a loyalty program because nobody else has it. So Popeyes is not giving you a dollar for dollar for what you buy. So you have to do things to differentiate yourself, to make yourself stand out, even from your people in the community, and even for if your vision is that. Now, some people just don't want that. Then I tell people that all the time. My vision is not your vision. Some people just like, look, I just want to have my little store. I just want to go home every day. I don't want 10 stores like you do. I don't want to become a billionaire like you. And I'm okay with that because everybody needs balance.
Sure.
So I tell them, even still, if you want that one store, don't put a cap on what that one store can make by not growing. Don't be satisfied just in that. You can make it grow and you can have one. And another thing I want to say, in our community, we don't make it past a second. We only make it like 2.5 generations. Whereas you see other communities, Jewish, Greek,
Italian,
6 generations, on their 4th generation. So we don't set our generations up to live.
Yeah.
And part of it is because even with me, I say it all the time, my family gets upset. I don't really have anybody to leave the business to. And I'm the last of 12. So can you imagine how big my family is? Yeah. And I think the thing is, we give our kids choices where those other cultures like, look, you're going to be the attorney. You're going to do marketing.
For sure.
You're going to be a doctor. You're going to whatever. And they don't have a choice. And in that choice, they may be kind of kicking and screaming. That choice gives them a great lifestyle. And I don't think we do that.
I don't know if you were able to tune in Monday because you do your own radio on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
The brunch.
The brunch bunch, part of the brunch bunch, yes.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, Marcel. We talked about succession planning on Monday with Millhouse. And he said,
I did hear that.
Yeah, and he said to his daughter, you are the succession plan. Like, and they
How
did
did she take
struggle.
that?
You know what? She struggled. When she first went to college, super smart girl, first went to college to be an engineer and learn different. But she found a way to marry what she's super good at on the other side of business that can still run a business. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we get caught in that. Do you have to know how to fry chicken to be the succession plan? No, but you have to have something you can bring to it and apply it and work it so that it does stay a generation.
Yeah, I mean,
and another generation.
Learn IT, learn technology, learn marketing. You don't have to. Everyone doesn't want to fry chicken, but we as a culture really have to become intentional about succession, legacy, and generational wealth without us expecting it. Faith without works is dead. So you have to work for it, and that kind of grieves me for my own succession plan and just for the vitality of us as a race as to the sustainability of our businesses.
Yeah. Charmain, you have been busier in this pandemic feeding.
Yeah.
Every time I look up, you are you're in feeding people that can't eat, feeding first responders. You've spent a lot of time, busier than most in a pandemic, making sure that not just your community, but the people who are on the front line of caring for us in this pandemic are fed. Where do you find the energy to do that?
So during the pandemic, I woke up with absolutely no intention of, and this is what, this is personal here. Most people think that we want the spotlight. We really don't. I could really, I don't need it. So I woke up one day in the heart of the pandemic, because when the pandemic first started, my business was down 60, 70%. I like to say that because, like I tell my other people, I can back it up with numbers. I love data. I love to wake up and call my IT
numbers
person
don't lie.
and say, what was this week comparison this week to this year? That's a whole nother thing. I'm putting a curriculum together so you can know that, because those are so important. But so I was, for real, documented 60, 70% down with business, because everyone had to find their way, and it was just a lot of panic. And the Lord said, feed. Because there's still work.
Yeah.
He said feed. So I literally woke up, and I have a PR person to help for marketing and everything. I told no one. I called Lisa. No, I called Heather. I think I put it in our chat. And I said, listen, do y'all, I knew about Heather, and I'm like, hey, if you know someone else. And then Lisa said, hey, my sister works for county. And I told my staff, okay, you bag up 200 and something at the Southside store, because we're doing logistically. And then I did like 150, 200 for the West Side store. That's it. Literally went back to sleep, because I wasn't really going to the stores. And they put it on social media to say thank you. And then it just went from there. It took a life of its own. Yeah. And that's what I tell people. Everyone's not givers. I don't like, that's the wrong word. I'm not stingy. And when I meet other people that are stingy, I'm like, I need you to open up.
Well, I'll say it for you. There are givers and there are takers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's just be clear.
Yeah, I'm a giver. And then people called me. And there were so many organizations that felt for us that are wealthy. See, everybody in this pandemic is not suffering.
Facts.
I had so many organizations.
There was a post yesterday somebody put up. I didn't talk about it because I didn't verify it, but there was a post put up about the billionaires who have achieved greater billionaire success in the pandemic. There was like a list of 10.
I saw that list.
Yeah, it's true. Because in the darkest times is where wealth is birthed. When there's a crisis, people are always thinking about, what's the need? I'm like, who knew PPE would be such a need? Do you know how many streams of income PPE has allowed during this pandemic? I know they get it from
me because I'm a holic.
Yeah,
I'm a Lysol glove.
Yeah, but then after that, to sum it up, people called and organization was like, look, I want to feed this organization. Will you do it? I never asked for money, but when I tell you all, I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Well, how blessed I became during this. And then when they were partner with me, because I'm a giver and, we kind of competitive. Oh, you give them 200? I'm giving 200 too. So,
right.
So even after they came, the Business Leadership Council blessed.
Yes.
When I tell you, that was after one of the other riots. And see, my 47th Street location is kind of in a hot zone spot. Yeah. And so anytime there was rioting, they would come and board up. So I was closed.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the Business Leadership Council called me during the time when I was probably closed for 2 or 3 days. And they blessed the community and blessed me to whereas I didn't even miss being closed those 3 days.
Oh.
So when they said, so during those 2 days, we gave away probably over 1,500. I couldn't even open up the restaurant.
Wow.
They had to stand in line because I couldn't take the line and people coming in. So I was like, look, this 4 wing is free. Well, I wanted 8. Well, look, go back in line. But this is the 4 or whatever during those days. So it came out of the heart of me wanting to give that during this pandemic. I can't even put a number on it, but I guarantee you I've served well over 6,000-7,000 meals throughout this.
I don't doubt that. I've called you a couple times.
And then
myself.
they stole from me.
They surely did.
Yeah.
They surely did.
Yeah. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's another good topic to have you back.
Yeah, I was cyber hype.
Let me say this, because I didn't know who it was for, but when we had our prayer meeting back in May, when Love McPherson prayed, and remember what she taught, she prayed about not being caught in the mind state of a pandemic, but that there was purpose and new birth going to happen in that pandemic.
Yes.
Every time I think about that prayer, I get up in the morning to come here, and I'm just like, what? I thought she was talking to everybody else, but
she was talking to
maybe
you.
she was
Look
talking to
at
all of us,
this.
because we all have been able, even Maze, like,
who does
like it
this?
was that part. Who
does this during a pandemic? Oh,
right.
Nobody can fire me. I fired myself from my other job, and I'm going to build this.
And literally, because I took pictures from the beginning to the end. If you saw the program the other night that comes on tomorrow, what's the name of the program that Maze is on that comes on tomorrow?
Oh, on Nat Geo?
Yeah.
Okay, City So Real?
City So Real. You have got to watch it.
Okay.
It is, and you see this place. The story itself is all facts, to the point where you won't go to sleep. It's good like that, and you want to record it and watch it again and make sure your kids and your nieces watch it. But I saw this. Before it was this, I saw that little space, like it showed.
And this wasn't even.
I know.
Right.
That's what I realized.
Right.
It was,
and then you can see yourself. Oh my God. I didn't even know this was right here. Oh my God.
Yeah. See, it literally, like you, he had the
it takes vision.
He had the will.
It takes courage.
It
How about that?
Absolutely does.
It takes courage, and what folks don't know, and I can tell, we can all talk. Sometimes for a long time, there were times where even people think, oh, you got 3 restaurants you rolling. Things happen. Folks steal from you. You got to figure. That's why I say it's running the office. But there were times I didn't even take a paycheck. As a matter of fact, during the first part of the pandemic, I didn't take a paycheck for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I wanted my staff. This is before they had me talked about PPP. And then when PPP came the first time, I didn't even get it. So I just trust God, and I just kept doing what I'm doing. But I don't know how much time I have. But can I say that even during this time that I'm about to open up a new location?
I know. Congratulations. Because I was going to ask
Absolutely.
you, can you say it that out
Absolutely.
loud? Okay. Where's the
Bolingbrook.
Bolingbrook. Oh, Maze is gonna love you now, girl.
339 North Weber Road. I'm opening.
But I know they ain't got no damn saucy fried chicken in Bolingbrook.
They do not. November 19th. They have a.
They got a Browns.
They got Baba's. Whoever he is.
Oh yeah, Bob. The Indian Baba.
Yes. It has. Listen.
Y'all got fried
Can
chicken.
I tell you? Thank you.
Hey, Maze,
thank you. Can I tell you that was 6 years?
Can we do a broadcast there?
Absolutely.
Can we live broadcast from your
we can
store?
figure it out. Absolutely. But can I tell y'all that it was 6 years? And can I tell you that this is phenomenal, and that just keep at it. 6 years it took me to get to Bolingbrook. 6 years.
We wanted you
way before that. I know. But you know what?
Let's keep it real.
Banks don't like London. That's a whole nother conversation. Everything's in black and white. I should have been out there. I'm here long enough to get money, but God allowed me to
We have to do a
self-finance.
live broadcast from there.
I'm gonna tell you, if we broadcast from Bolingbrook, I will pack that bad boy out. Remember, I went to high
Well,
school.
we have to wait because this whole I don't even know how to do a grand opening during this.
They stay outside,
and we can
curbside.
Curbside pickup.
Okay.
Special delivery. I'll deliver some. Sony asked if I would deliver some chicken.
We can work.
We can work.
We can be workers.
Yes.
Baby,
we have to figure that out.
Restaurant grind. I'm good.
So I'm
at that.
excited to be
fries.
going and expanding the brand, and I always be mom and pa, but I am a billionaire. I'm behind schedule.
Yeah.
Behind schedule. So this store will allow me to just open up in a different way, and my corporate staff's gonna be mad at me when I say this, but 2022 we're gonna start franchising because I want to do it the right way. not just have
Baby,
20 to 12
I got a
stores.
location for you.
Yes.
That's waiting on some real chicken.
Yes, so I'm working toward franchising. So this is teaching me how to streamline, and the place is too big. So I know going forward, just changing the model, but just continually educating myself. So I'm excited. 6 years of just not giving up, and I probably had 25, 30 no's from banks for various reasons. Probably 24 of them probably was just because they wanted to say no.
Right, because they could.
Yeah, but this pandemic has allowed me to thank God for the pandemic.
Right.
I have no
purpose in the
complaints.
pandemic.
No, there's so much purpose in the pandemic.
Yeah.
So who opens? But I do need help. Let me just say this.
Okay. Are you hiring?
I'm hiring. I am, and
Where
I don't
can
even know
they-
how I'm going to open with the. I've been on every billboard and everything, and that community is just different. I don't know if they just don't work or don't want to work
we're gonna make
and everything,
sure.
but I am hiring.
Put
You can
it
go
in
to
the thread.
UncleRemusUSA.com
Can we put that in the
/jobs. I'm
thread?
so fancy.
UncleRemus.com.
Uncle Remus USA.
Uncle Remus USA. Say that part.
UncleRemusUSA.com /jobs.
Okay.
Because you can go online and apply for a job. And I'm excited about that. I mean,
am too.
This little black girl that started on the west side with her parents, I got technology.
Got the nerve to have a website.
Got the nerve to have a website. You can go apply for a job, you know what I'm saying? And all these apps and everything. So, yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, and I just want to reiterate. I know we share a Defender Award, a Woman of Excellence, but you now have the Book of Dawn. What's in it for the Black People Media? Who's that girl award? And if you need me to send you a copy, I'll create one.
Absolutely,
and send it to you.
absolutely.
Charmain, thank you for your time. Thank you for your commitment to the community. Thank you for your vision. And even though I don't eat it, I'm gonna say on behalf of everybody that likes it, thank you for the saucy fried chicken.
Absolutely.
It's
gonna be bottled soon and everything.
I'm gonna give you a quick blizzard quiz.
Okay.
Sugar or salt and pepper on your grits?
Salt.
Sneakers or gym shoes?
Oh.
Do you say sneakers or do you say gym shoes?
I say gym shoes.
Thank you. Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs.
Thin crust or deep dish?
Both.
Ketchup or mustard on your hot dog?
Mild sauce all day long. I don't even eat ketchup.
That part. Soda. Do you say soda or pop?
Soda.
I got it. It's in my queue. Harold's or Uncle Remus?
Uncle Remus. Saucy fried chicken.
Limbs dry
I've
rub.
never had Harold's chicken. Isn't that something? I'll try them.
Hi, Mr. Harold. Limbs dry rub style or Leon style barbecue?
Limbs.
Freeway or expressway?
Expressway.
Auntie or auntie?
Auntie.
All right, there you have it from Uncle Remus herself. Thank you, Charmain.
Thank you.
Thanks for rocking with us. Stay with us. We appreciate you. We'll be back with Dr. Sandy Goldberg. It is still Breast Cancer Month, and we need to talk to another survivor today on Woman Crush Wednesday. We'll be right back. UncleRemusUSA.com, and check her out on the brunch bunch.
/jobs. Yes, we'll be back soon.
Okay, cool. You heard it here. They're opening in Bolingbrook. Who knew Bolingbrook might have some credibility now? They got a real chicken spot.
Hey,
oh my
man.
God. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBPM.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Ricky said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah, I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right. Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. You, I'm out.
About National Join a Positive Black Organization Day, because I don't want to be recruiting. I don't want to be recruiting and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Joining Chicago famous
Tony Scott, was there still that pushback against comedians becoming radio personalities, or was it accepted around that time?
In Chicago, we was used to having some funny on the radio in the morning, so.
I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you.
Man, I remember one time I was at a Bulls game, and I'm at the little concession stand. This dude in front of me, this little OG dude turned around like, yeah, you that cat, you that dude. that replaced Dale. We don't like that shit. I'm just
Word?
Why are you here? I'm like, I'm just trying to buy a hot dog, sir. I'm just trying to buy a hot dog. And then what make it so bad, when Sam left and I got the job, I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm getting ready to do afternoons. She's like, oh, yeah, baby, yeah. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm replacing Sam. So she's like, hold on. Wait, you replacing Sam Silk? Where's Sam going? I'm like, my mama was upset.
Right, your mama.
Right. I'm like, Mama, did you just hear that let me replace Sam Silk? And she was like, okay. Where's Sam going? But yeah, so I think that was the point where I really realized that, I had a chance of actually making a career.
Chicago famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the Book of Dawn, broadcasting from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. That was Charmain, Rickett, Uncle Remus, USA, and we are just about to be joined by our second Woman Crush Wednesday, Dr. Sandy Goldberg, who is a breast cancer survivor, who turned that pain into a super purpose and has for over 15 years dedicated her life to the care and servicing for people of all ethnicities to make certain that they have mammograms and are and have access to the knowledge and the medical needs of people that are experiencing, or even not even experiencing, but just to be tested, to know, when the things to do to be able to figure out, like we talked about with Erica Bracey. And so, Chicagoan, she's from Chicago.
Yeah, and she lives in Valpo now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because both of you guys got an award the same year, the Beauty in Beauty Out. She got the Legacy Award, and you got the award for all of your community service and everything. You guys both got the award the same year, so that was pretty cool. That was just a couple years ago. And it's cool because every $5,000 that the A Silver Lining Foundation gets, it helps 37 women get a free mammogram. So, and they've helped like I want to say it's about 30,000 people, women. I mean, they will help men as well, but mostly women that come, for the services. So,
which is super dope. We are joined now by Dr. Sandy Goldberg. Dr. Sandy, can you hear us? Tell her to.
Is she on mute?
Tell her to unmute herself. She looks great.
Oh, let's see if she can hear us.
Dr. Goldberg, if you can hear us, put your thumb up. I don't know if she can hear us. I'm going to finish introing her while we get her mic up. She sits on the board. Well, actually, for over 10 years, Dr. Sandy Goldberg appeared on NBC5 and other radio stations broadcasting from the city on the Food for Thought. I'm sorry? Yeah, that's what we're telling. That's what she just texted.
I'm trying to tell her to unmute or see if she can hear us.
She's good. She just held her thumb up. Appeared on Food for Thought, a series that was a long-standing series on NBC5, and has also appeared on various other radio programs and news programs in the city. Is a tireless volunteer and advocate for people to be treated with dignity. And that is non-gender specific, that is non-ethnicity specific. Her work with the Silver Lining Foundation is to make certain that we continue to support and build awareness and have treatment available for all who may be experiencing breast cancer. Dr. Sandy, can you hear us? She can hear us, but we can't hear her. She's got her mute. She's got the mute button. Like Lisa said, every $5,000 that is raised by a Silver Lining Foundation that allows 37 women to have a free mammogram. I am fortunate. I actually have insurance. And real talk, before I had insurance, I was on public aid. But the level of mammogram I had with public aid versus the level now, there's a difference. I mean, I'm gonna say have one regardless, but I'm gonna be transparent and say that it matters. It matters where you have care, and like we learned from Erica Bracey the other day, it matters that you speak up for yourself.
It is
in that care.
It is, and I'm so glad. I mean, they've partnered up with like 15 different hospitals, helping out, and just what they do. They have different partners throughout Chicagoland, Rockford, Elgin, Evanston, and Des Plaines. They just did. I've been going to a Silver Lining Gala every year, and this year they, of course, had to change it. Oh, do we get her?
Yeah.
Do you have me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay!
Welcome.
I am the most technological inept person on this planet. So can you see me? Can you hear me? Here I am.
Welcome. We can see and hear you, and we're glad to see and hear you. Welcome to the Book of Dawn, Dr. Goldberg. How are you?
I am just fine, and I must tell you, while I was struggling with this expletive deleted computer, I was listening to you, and I was listening to Lisa, and boy, you all did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you for on behalf of women for the work you do. You already know how many women are affected by breast cancer, and I think the work that the Silver Lining does is absolutely necessary especially now when people have loss of job and loss of hope. I think the Silver Lining is truly the meaning of its name, giving hope to people who are in otherwise hopeless situations. So thank you for the work that you actually do.
You're very welcome.
Can you tell us about your programs? I was reading your bio when Lisa sent it to me. You have some really cool programs, like Bam Bam. Is that what it's called? Bam Bam?
Yeah, well, we call it Bam Bam. Okay. And actually, when my husband and I started a Silver Lining Foundation 18 years ago, as a result of my being diagnosed, we wanted to start one program for resource information and outreach, so people didn't have to struggle to find the data that they needed. So that was our initial program. We called that the Chicagoland Cancer Information Coalition. We now have 24 participating organizations. And then one day I said, we really ought to start funding mammograms. So we started in 2006 with our BAM program. It's called Buy a Mama Mammogram, but it's so much more than that, Dawn, because what we do is fund the entire spectrum of breast health testing, from screening mammograms, the walk-in-the-door mammograms, through biopsies for uninsured underinsured, undocumented, and now, as you referred to, the newly underinsured. Those are people who went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, and had no job and had no insurance. So that program, we fund all of those testing. And if someone is diagnosed with breast cancer, and our rates of diagnosis are significantly higher than the national average, our partner hospitals take care of them through funded programs for no cost for them. So we have that program. We have a program that we call Keep Abreast, because we wanted our young people to become aware of being advocates for their own health, and also to be aware of testing for themselves and breast health testing, and also to act as conduits and educational information in their own homes and communities. And that's worked out remarkably well. We have a program for survivors who perhaps have gone through the fire, need follow-up diagnostic testing, and learned that they did not have access to it, even though in many cases they had insurance. And then our fifth program is really not a program, but it touches my heart deeply. As Lisa knows, and you may know, that everything we do at a Silver Lining Foundation is based on the philosophy of my late mother. And she would always say, we're all family and we have to help each other through the tough times. So about 8 years ago now, the University of Illinois Medical Center at Chicago, which was our first partner hospital when we just started off our program, renamed their mammography area in honor of my late mother. It's called the Evelyn Goldberg Mammography Center. And if you ever wanted to see somebody cry buckets of happy tears that day, it's wonderful. And you know what's even lovelier? They have photo of my mother on the wall in two places. And I get emails and calls from women who go there for their breast health testing. And they say, get this, I saw your mom today. Isn't that just wonderful?
Yeah. Now that it has got to be something to feel great about, for the legacy and the passion in your purpose to live and to keep giving life and hope.
And you know, there's something you mentioned a word, and the word is life. 2 words, life and hope. And people always talk to us about a Silver Lining Foundation in terms of the lives that we save, which indeed is true. But another component, which is as important, are the lives that we ease. You know, we get calls from people saying, I got my mammogram, Dr. Sandy, and I'm okay. I'm okay. How fabulous is that to hear? I mean, it's wonderful. That's where the hope is. That's where the humanity is. And that's the humanity, I think, that in our complex world today has become more and more difficult to see.
Yeah. Dr. Sandy, I know that you're locally based, but you provide access and services nationwide, right?
What we tell people is that if you can get to us, we will help you. Doesn't matter where someone comes from, as long as they have a place to stay, because what we fund, and I'm very clear about this, we fund testing. And we've had people from literally all over call and say, well, I have a sister who lives in Chicago. So how about, can you help my sister? Your sister has a place to stay, we'll help her. And we are extremely, extremely inclusive, because we don't want anybody to feel that they don't matter.
That which is really important what word would I use? You feel like the guilt, the shame. That's what I'm like.
There you go.
Something about the shame of being diagnosed or maybe having to lose a breast, that you being able to provide that foundation of encouragement and money when they might not have it has got to help take some of that shame away.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know, you brought up another very, very good point. And it's 2 points. Number one is that people are ashamed because they don't have the money to access the test that they need. That's number one. And number two And I was brought up, I was a child of that generation that you did not talk about cancer, period. You didn't talk about it. It was, I don't know, a shame, a sin, whatever it was. And where life has become less complicated in terms of the word cancer is concerned, is that people are more open about discussing it. And that I think is excellent, because people have questions, they reach out, they want to know the answers, they want to know how to get help. And from that issue, we have come a long way. We have not come any way at all in terms of access to breast health testing with any ease. That's why we have simplified the way in which we do our testing or our access to testing. And we have always been this way. We don't ask people about insurance. Who would call a stranger for help if they had insurance? Although now insurance doesn't cover a lot. We don't ask about financial circumstance. Again, who would call a stranger and say, I don't have money, if they had money? And we do not ask about documentation, because as far as I'm concerned, everybody has two breasts and we're entitled to find out whether or not they're healthy.
I love the way you just said
yeah,
that. I love how she just summed it up.
Yeah, on every level, that describes your passion for giving people dignity.
Yeah.
And taking away the shame or the fear of access or retribution or embarrassment because they can't afford or don't know the right steps to take. And the sad piece of what you said is that we are losing funding for those testing, like you said, everybody, not women, everybody has two breasts.
Mm-hmm.
And we are losing funding and well-needed services in a time when we need it the most.
And everybody goes through that. And I'm going to just say something, too, that I probably never told people. But when I first lost my first radio job after being in radio for 20 years, and I only had my insurance for probably, a couple months, how you do it, and then you don't have insurance. And I actually had help from a Silver Lining Foundation, people who I've helped with these fundraisers, and I still help get what they need for sponsors, celebrities, whatever. And I actually had to ask for help myself. And Dr. Sandy was like, Lisa, we all go through this.
Yeah.
You're human. You've helped others. You can receive the help also.
Yeah.
And it, because I've always been the one trying to help and get the people the help they need, but I never thought that I would be in that situation myself. And I did, and they were just amazing. And Dr. Sandy, with that being said too, October 3rd, you guys kind of changed everything. Normally you'd have your Sterling Event Gala that raises so much money. It's like the talk of the town. Of course, with COVID this year, you had to change things, and you did your first virtual gala, and you still had over 200 people that participated, and you still raised over $300,000. Can you tell us, and you still had hosts and everything, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'd love to tell you about it. And Lisa, you know me very well, to pivot from a live event, which we have done every year, which you and I have danced together at,
yes,
to a virtual event. This old dog had to learn a lot of new tricks, let me tell you. But what we decided that we were going to do was to put on an event that was a little bit different. We had some of our friends from media have toasts. We had Paul Lisnick from WGN was our host. We had Micah Mater prepare a silver lining cocktail called a Silver Teeny. We had our live auctioneer. We told the stories. Our anthem, I believe, was premiered at our gala this year. And it was absolutely remarkable and emotional. And we asked people to please support our mission to support the programs of a Silver Lining Foundation. But as you well know, Lisa, that almost all the money goes directly to our breast health testing program. And we did raise a lot of money. It was a wonderful evening, but let me tell you that the need for access to breast health testing is 12 months a year. We wear pink in October, but the need And the number of people that are coming to us now, particularly as the result of the pandemic, certainly from people who have lost their jobs and have lost their insurance, but there are organizations out there, marvelous, marvelous organizations who have lost their funding, who have had to curtail their staff, have had to curtail their programs, and are now referring those women and men whom they were able to help, at least for the mammogram portion of it. All testing is now being referred to us. And I promised my mother, who's watching from heaven, that we are somehow going to make this work. So the need for support and the need for funding continues year round because of the increase of the need that we are seeing at a Silver Lining Foundation.
Dr. Sandy, how, if I wanted to give, or any of our viewers would like to give and support, how would we do that?
Well, there are two ways to do that. Number one, to go to our website, A Silver Lining Foundation, all spelled out, don't forget the A in front of it, .org, and just click on the Support Us tab and donate will come down. That is one way of doing it. Another way, send a check through snail mail. May I give our address? Is that all right?
Absolutely.
All right, and send it to a Silver Lining Foundation at 134 North LaSalle Street, number 1218, and that's in Chicago, and the zip is 60602. Or if you want to, just pick up the phone and call and ask for it and say, I want to make a donation. Can you do it for me? Because some people would prefer that we walk them through the process online, which we're glad to do. And I will tell you, Dawn, that every single dime raised because of your support, and you're asking how your listeners, your viewers can support us, 100% of it will go toward breast health testing.
And Dr. Sandy, you were explaining to me the other day that people can you said people think that they have to have tons of money to donate, but you said that if you have a few friends that donate $5 or $10, that could help save a life.
It certainly can. It can save a life and it can ease a life. People feel, as you said, Lisa, that they have to give pots of money. I have said to people, every $5 matters. $5 more than what we had before you sent it in. Every $10 matters. Our negotiated cost for a screening mammogram, all our hospitals get paid, all our 15 partner hospitals get paid exactly the same. Our negotiated rate for a screening mammogram is $135. If you get 10 friends together and everybody donates $13.50, guess what? There's a woman or a man out there who will get a test who otherwise would not have access to it. So that it's potential that we look at too.
Yeah.
It's the potential to ease the lives, to save the lives. For that, we need to have funding to support our mission.
Yeah, today is National First Responders Day, and I think that because we're hyper focused on the pandemic and first responders, we forget the first responders like you, who take the initiative in the testing piece of something that has plagued women and men for years, that far beyond me why we don't know how to fix it yet. But that's a whole political another conversation.
Yeah. Here.
But you are truly a first responder because you're the first line of offense or defense, whichever side you sit on, to help people figure out the process of testing. And so I think it's really fitting that you're on today, because that is today is National First Responders Day, and you are like the front line of help for people who are going through the emotion of it and not the practicality of it.
Well, I think a lot of it in terms of the emotion, for sure, Dawn, but I think also a lack of knowledge in terms of how to navigate the system. I mean, we have had beaten into us in this climate that we live in, that we are not worthy. This is what we hear over and over again, that there are the few who are entitled and everybody else, well, you just scratch by the way you scratch by. And the answer is no. No. Something my mother used to say, and I don't talk about that a lot. She'd say, everybody's blood is red and everybody's tears are clear. And those who are on the front lines, regardless of what format of first responder we are talking about, recognize that very, very basic fact. And to all the first responders that are out there, we join hands, we join hearts with you, because we all know what it means to give hope and potentially give life to another human being.
Yeah. I think that is why, for sure, when Lisa and I talk about who we want to make certain that we crush on and love on and lift up, because while we may not be able to, do many of the things that are needed with and for your foundation, what we are able to do is make certain that people that don't know you, and know your services and know your respect for the human life and the process of healing and funding. So it was extremely important to have you on the show today to talk about not wearing pink just in October, or not wearing pink because it's your favorite color, but wearing pink for truly what it is, which is every day, all day, and making certain that that your silver lining in a cloud of extreme cloudiness, right? It's raining meatballs for real. That we make certain that people know that you help provide that hope, that direction, and that understanding. And so, thank you for your time, and thank you. I'm technologically challenged as well, but thank you for figuring it out. But you're resilient, and we already know that. So, thank you, Dr. Sandy. When Lisa posted your picture and I posted your picture, so many people were like, I love her. Yeah. So you're quite the popular Dr. Sandy.
And I'm proud of both of you guys, because you guys both, I told Dawn, I don't know if you heard, if I said it on the air or off the air, but you both had received an award when for the Beauty and Beauty Out. Dr. Sandy got a Legacy Award, and Dawn also got an award. I actually nominated both of you, but Dawn got the award too for like all of her contributions in the community. Right. And so I was so proud of both of you. So I'm so glad you guys are kind of sharing things together right now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. We appreciate you, Dr. Sandy. I did put your website and your address in the link. We will continue to share it and make certain that we continue to be a voice to those who don't realize that November 1st, we still need funding for breast cancer. A silver lining, all spelled out. Don't forget the A, because silver lining is what's on your jacket. A silver lining is a foundation right here in Chicago by our second Woman Crush Wednesday, Dr. Sandy Goldberg. Dr. Sandy, thank you so much. And I hope when the pandemic is over, we can come in here and have a whole mammogram show and pull them out.
I'll be right there with bells on, Dawn. You better believe that.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of today.
Thank you, and warm regards and big hugs to both of you. Thank you so much for the show and this opportunity.
Thank you. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn. We're going to talk to Jacob Blake's papa when we come back. He's in town, and they got a big rally being covered by CNN today. Socially distant, wear your mask, big rally downtown. So we're going to be talking to Jacob Blake Sr. when we come back. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. What's in it for the Black People Media? I can say it now. I got a shirt. Okay, bye.
WIFTBPM.
Is it really a good idea to have the same senator for 3 generations? I support term limit for all elected officials. Our senators need to bring home growth for our business community, jobs, housing, service for our senior citizens, and healthcare. We need new ideas and new approach to federal representation. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington, D.C. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Toussaint Warner and Herb Howard. You'll never breed a warrior.
Warriors, come out to play.
Shh. You hear that? And that's what's happening at every angle. They're
creating paradigms where we can only raise feminine men. Whether they're homosexual or not, they feminine as shit.
Sure, because all masculinity is toxic.
All masculinity is toxic in a war-torn society where the dominant society is saying to your ass, we don't never want no warriors.
Right.
You bastards.
Any book you've ever read, you can read the Bible, goddammit. When they go and they destroy some shit, they kill all the boy babies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even want you growing up to think you're going to do some shit to me.
Animals do the same thing. If I come over here and I take over this village now or whatever, like this gonna be my pride. First thing I'm doing, killing the male boys, like killing the male babies.
Don't you even grow up with that?
Don't you even think about it, okay?
Bitch.
Right. You ain't my daddy. You damn right I ain't your daddy. Fuck your fort, little nigga.
Fuck your fort.
You're not my dad.
Oh man, I hate that I laugh at this shit in public.
That's real.
I hate that I laugh at this stuff in public.
That's real though, right? Tucson Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
I was going to ask you, so growing up, did you ever have an old racist family in your neighborhood? Did you have one live next to you or one down the street? Just somebody's house that you know on the block, you didn't want to go nowhere near that house. The neighbor who was directly behind us had a real problem coming outside, seeing my white mother and my black father.
We got us the gun line.
This dude built an 8-foot fence, more like 10 foot.
They put up the Huck Finn joint.
Exactly. That shit looked like a castle. You know, my dad, he's a big guy, football player guy. My dad guy who walks over there.
Old school
and then
black.
he's like, yo, I don't appreciate these apples in my yard. He's like, motherfucker, we don't even have an apple tree. These are your apples.
You like apples?
Your kids are throwing apples over here. Okay, there's that little space, but there's still a fence. So they're right there looking at each other.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
And I said something like, yeah, Dad. And that dude said, shut up, you little monkey. Leroy stuck his head over the fence.
You're gonna die, clown!
Grabbed dude by the neck.
Run.
And proceeded to pull him halfway over this fence. Like,
Finish him.
Mrs. Wheeler comes running out. Oh, Leroy, don't do that. It's not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. My dad was getting ready to kill this dude. And within 6 months, that guy moved away.
Don't cross the gun line, boss.
Right, the gun line, boss.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTV.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the Book of Dawn. It's What's in It for the Black People Media Spirit Week. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit.
How about you?
How about you?
Yeah.
Listen, let me just tell you, I haven't seen a whole bunch of our What's in It for the Black People Media family posting pictures. I need y'all to post pictures. Go on Meg's page and blow it up. And tag it on Instagram, too. There's an Instagram page. At us on IG at Wiftable. And it'll get reposted.
Wow.
Find your inner celebrity.
With the media.
With the media.
This is so awesome. Dr. Sandy just texted me and said, thank you. We just got our very first donation. She said, man, she is so impressed by the show, and she definitely wants to come back on. She said, thank you to the show. She just got a donation really quickly.
Look at y'all. Y'all just made us a proud grandmama nim.
I know.
Thank you. Saved the titty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Titties need love, too.
Yeah, areolas matter. Yeah.
Yes, areolas matter. And so do the little thick covered things that you put on them. I like those little nipple thingies.
The little nipple covering things.
They're very cute.
Yeah.
Very cute. They can all fashionable. You know what else today is? National Chocolate Day. Is that going to be my excuse for going and eating a lot of M&Ms?
But if
that's
you,
what my niece used to call M&Ms.
If you do the dark chocolate with your wine, then you actually exercise for an hour and did some good on your heart.
Facts. It's also National Immigrants Day. That's pretty interesting, right? Yeah. The days, I'm telling you, we're gonna have our own day one day. We have our own week already.
Oh, can I do happy birthday to Crystal Roberts Smooches over at BET. She used to work with me, and happy birthday, Smooches. We love you.
Of course you can. Birthdays always matter.
We are no, take it back now. Just kidding. No, take it back right now.
Nah, that's crazy dope. Somebody took the time to actually.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
right.
That's good. That's good stuff. And yeah, make certain City So Real on Hulu. Is it Hulu on Thursday?
Well, the next day it will be available on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
But tomorrow it's National
Geographic.
I'm not sure the channel, depending on your provider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. National Geographic.
6 p.m. Central Time.
6 p.m. Central.
Do you have that to put in the thread so they can make sure they share and watch it? It's
tomorrow, so we'll make sure we'll get all the information. We'll put it in to tomorrow, so we can make sure people set their DVRs tonight or tomorrow. So
watch it live.
We'll watch it
live.
But if you set
ain't doing nothing, you ain't doing shit else. Watch it.
Watch it live and set it, because then don't they get double credit for it?
No, you get credit with Nielsen when it's watched.
No, but we also found out when they do the DVR stuff, they do get credit. So when people DVR stuff, it's just you can't, like if it's Dancing with the Stars, of course you can't vote because it's already been eliminated. But
fast forward.
But they still get credit.
I want y'all to be in the moment.
Yeah.
So watch it when
I'm
it comes on. Yeah. Are you having a watch party or host a watch party on Facebook?
Zoom? My family, my friends, we're gonna watch together.
Oh, cool.
What else is happening? What'd he say?
He said, I thought he said bless you, but I think he said thank you.
Oh, always. It's actually really dope. And actually, I didn't realize the guy, I don't want to misrepresent him, but he's either the producer or the writer or the cinematographer was involved in Hoop Dreams. So that, if you want to know the truthfulness.
Check me out on Windy City Live today at 1 o'clock.
You are.
Oh, Maze is on Windy City Live at 1 o'clock today, ABC 7.
Check out Windy City Live with Ryan Chavarini and Val Warner at 1 o'clock. And that doesn't mean you can't tune in to I Said What I Said at the same time as Maze is going to say what Maze said at the same time. Make sure you tune in and support. We're waiting for Jacob Blake's dad to call in. Can you call Mary and see if
yes.
He got the link. In the meantime, there was an article that we found last week, a story that we found last week that I think has value in bringing up. And it was an article about the cultural appropriation of Halloween costumes. And there was a big deal made by the grandmother of a child who, when the grandmother took her to pick out her Halloween costume for this year, she told her she wanted to be a princess. And the grandmother told her, pick your favorite princess. She is white, and she picked Princess Tiana.
Oh, my God, my daughter, I have to watch that movie once a week when she's in the house.
But it became a had life of its own type of thing. Wow. I don't know. And that's my question to us and to our viewers. Like, do you have a problem with that? Like, I know that historically there's been, I will say this as a mother and as once a little kid who had like the Barbie heads and Barbie dolls and toys and baby dolls. I was very excited when they started making black baby dolls and, more importantly, baby dolls that weren't jet black, because I'm not jet black, okay? So I think it is absolutely something that you progress with and you grow with the times, but I never looked at a doll and felt like I wanted to look like the doll, because I wanted to look like my mother, who is 4 shades browner than me, who I probably have been sunburned my whole life trying to get that color. I don't know. How do you feel about that? How do you feel like if you're, we could use the Connors TV show as an example. When DJ's son dress like a girl. How do you feel like if a little boy wants to wear a princess costume, or even more importantly, a little white girl wants to be somebody from the Black Panther movie?
Well, and I think it's fine. I think because kids don't see the way that adults see things. That's learned behavior. And of course you want to identify, I think it's wrong when you see something and you can't identify with it, with it. But for me, growing up, I loved dolls. I didn't care black, white, green, yellow, whatever. Same thing with my stuffed animals. I didn't look at it like a certain way. And I think if little girls like this type of doll, or the princess, if that's who they like, that's who they like. They don't look at it like, okay, well, she's a little darker, so I want, and the parents should just accept it. Parents should just accept it and move on. Why can't we just like people and appreciate for what they bring to the table?
What do you think, Esco? What's your feelings on if your baby says, what if your little girl came home and, it would have to be a white princess for you because you are.
She's been all of them.
Yeah.
But I'm very
because it's Halloween, right? It's like, for me, that's the same saying I want to dress up and be a pirate.
But the next
because you're not a pirate, and
Right. But her birthday's in October.
Okay.
So the day after Halloween, I go and I buy all the costumes at 75% off.
Yeah.
So she's always had just
a lot of options.
So many costumes.
Yeah.
She was this anime character.
Okay.
I think it was a boy. I forgot it. It's some Japanese anime, and I was like, "All right, let's get the wig. Let's do the whole, because it's just a character."
Yeah, because that's like saying if you love Toy Story, you can't be Buzz,
right?
Because Buzz is technically a boy. It is learned behavior, and so I think even back when there were no black dolls. Listen, what I'm not saying. Let's be clear. I'm not advocating for not having equal representation. I'm not advocating for there only to be white dolls. I think there's absolute value in a doll that looks like me to have. But what I'm saying is that my kids had all dolls.
Right.
Because
and
life
agree
is
with
all
that.
colors.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a crew. When you're the judge and you have your Barbies, you got to line them up. They're your jury.
Yeah.
You go to space, you need your astronauts.
Right.
And you actually dress them up.
But I've been told before, you talk too black, you talk too white, you talk too Mexican.
Yeah.
So you could tell me about myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not your family.
What is talking black, though?
Right.
Which is a whole nother conversation that we need to have, because we moved from the projects to Valparaiso. Polar opposites, okay? And then we come to Chicago for the weekend, and the family and everybody on the block is like, you sound like a white girl. And I don't even know the damn difference. I'm just speaking how my family and the people at my school are speaking. That whole you talk white, you talk black, that whole thing is crazy, because white people down south say fent too better than any black person I've ever heard.
But I couldn't even speak Spanish slang in the house. I had to talk right. My uncle, he's a quadriplegic, and I would always just help him. I would just always be in the room, and he was like a great mentor. Him and my grandfather, the only ones that could tell me what to do. I'm going to be honest. But I remember growing up, and
So you saying you was a little hard-headed?
No. I was just saying, having a dad that walked out, they were my male role models. So, and, they never had to yell at me. They just, very loving. But I remember the first time I was called a Blaxican.
Oh, yeah,
but when
is
you're
a
little,
word.
You think, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm all about just be who you are.
Yeah. I think it definitely starts at home. And it definitely is a learned behavior. And I think if you have kids or have any space where you can where you have influence on a kid, you have to make certain that they are prepared to live in the big world, which is everything. It doesn't mean you have to walk around and, kiss anybody's butt, but you have to respect persons. You know what I'm saying? And
limiting
absolutely.
your children, and I don't limit my daughter.
Absolutely.
Do you think that parents do it, sometimes limit their kids because not of what they think, but because they think what other people are going to say. 100%. I've noticed that because the parents might not care, but they might think like, oh my gosh, my daughter is going to wear a mask that happens to be darker. And now what if people think that we're trying to make fun or be racist, or they're doing, you know, whatever the reason, or they just don't approve. It's like a fine line.
Well, I think the line there would be, there's a difference in blackface and a costume.
Right.
Let's be one. Now, if you dress your child up and you my white neighbor with a black face, me and you gonna have, I'm gonna turn into Little Maze, okay? It's gonna be a whole situation. But I think a costume is one thing. Rewind 40 years ago, we didn't have costumes. We didn't
have the option.
We didn't have the option. Right. And so making your face look like a skeleton, you had to use makeup. But I think the connotation is different because we all know what blackface is and we all know what it represents. But a Tiana costume doesn't come with makeup for your face. It just comes with a different color gown and crown.
Exactly.
Yeah. We stopped wearing those masks. Shit, do you remember them hard plastic?
The little, and you couldn't tell who was who, right?
Oh, I can't wait to post on Friday a picture when your girl been famous. The homie right here, I was in the news. It's a picture of me in First Christian Daycare in Valparaiso, Indiana. Me and Lydia, my friend Didi, made the newspaper. And my name's in it and everything. I was like, I was destined for shit like this.
So wait, what was it for?
It was Halloween.
But I'm saying, what would you dress up as?
I was a princess, and but you couldn't even, it must have been cold because I had a big old brown jacket over my princess dress.
Right.
Must have been chilly, but yeah.
Wow, you had money. We just
we didn't.
And then I was a ninja
we didn't.
1 year.
You buy those little things, put it over your face.
Look,
and
no, we didn't. Barbara raised them 6 babies on public aid. Yeah, can I tell you how rich our life was in experience and culture? I did not know we were that poor until I was a grown up and a parent myself.
Absolutely.
And I was like, wait a minute. How'd she do that? 6 kids.
I mean, going back, I remember looking for quarters, and my mom would make it a game.
Yeah.
Just so we could get $10.
Yeah.
So we could go to Wendy's.
Baby.
I love Wendy's.
Baby. I was, yes, I thought I wanted, the crazy thing is I wanted like the books of food stamps. I wanted them because you felt ballery. That was like, and the different colors. Have y'all ever seen a food stamp booklet?
I mean, I've seen them, yeah.
Girl, the different denominations was different colors. So and it used to be where you couldn't take loose ones out the pack in the store. They wanted to prove that you took it out the pack. Baby, I had food stamps my damn self. I can't just blame it on my mama. I had food stamps myself for a good while. Praise God for Mr. Millhouse. Amen.
Amen.
Shots out. But yeah, so I think that's an interesting topic. I think anybody that freaks out over your kid wanting to be anything other than in a damn costume, shame on you for that part. Look, we can do it in the morning. We can do it in the morning. We can do it in the morning.
Nope, they're ready right now.
We don't have time. It's 10:51. There's no
just
way.
For 5 minutes, just to say what they're doing. I guess they.
But he's not up. He's not on there. And we live, and I don't want his face would pop right there if he's there. Let me say this for the people over 50, including myself. We got to take some tech lessons. Somebody needs to give.
Learner, though.
Yeah. Well,
even myself.
Because y'all put us in the fire in this one. Like, okay, there you go. Click that. Do what? Yeah, that part. But I could use a couple lessons, or I could use a couple interns. Hey, do you want to be in radio? Come work for the Book of Dawn. I could use your help. I can feed you. I can get you a T-shirt that fits in your own size. And I'll put you on the thing one day and say thank you publicly. But if you're a student in radio, please holler at your girl, cause I could use your help.
A recommendation letter?
Sancha. Yeah, we give you
Mrs.
we could probably talk ESCO into giving you credit for school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We certified, qualified, and verified. Non-GMO. We could be in Whole Foods. They could sell us. We are going to. Oh, I see his face right now. Hold on. Hey, should we do this?
Yes.
We got like literally 3 minutes.
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
We still got.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Now they testing my technology ability again. The blood of Jesus. Keep making me try to do stuff I don't know how to do.
I hear him.
Uh-oh. There he is. Okay. We are joined by Jacob Blake Sr., who is the father of Jacob Blake. I'm not certain if you don't know who Jacob Blake is. I'm going to say get from under your rock, wake up, because you got to vote next week, and it matters. Jacob Blake Sr. is the father of a young man who was brutalized with injustice from an officer for no reason. And he has decided that the violence committed against his son will not go without notice or not become a political piece of a movement. Jacob Blake's father is purposed now to make certain that the families of Alvin Cole and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor have representation, and they want to make certain that it's important to vote. Your vote matters.
I cannot hear.
And in doing so, they are coming to Chicago, and they will be doing a rally tomorrow, Thursday, October 29th, at Jackson and Columbus, which is just northwest of Grant Park at 1 p.m. And we want to bring the city out because we know that what we have witnessed in real time is more than it's dehumanizing, it's egregious, it is a civil rights violation, and we wanted to make certain that we gave him a voice on the Book of Dawn. Welcome to the Book of Dawn, Mr. Blake. He popped out. There he is again. Hold on 1 second. Let me get you back in.
I can't hear nothing, man.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I cannot hear. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah, but I can't hear you all at all.
This is volume up?
Is there a mute? Do you see your mute button?
Yes.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Hear you perfectly.
Okay. Mr. Blake, you there?
I mean, I'm sure you can hear me, but you guys are so low.
Turn the volume up on your phone or your computer, if you can, please.
Trust me, this is not. I even tried leaving the room and coming back in, and I just cannot. I'm gonna bear with me. I'm gonna listen real close, then I'll move the phone back and answer when you have questions.
Okay, Mr. Blake, we can, if you'd like, we can just put the word out there today and have you back on tomorrow morning, and so we can let you share your story and the purpose behind the march or tomorrow. Would you rather do that?
Ladies, I would really appreciate that. I have so much going on this morning just in preparation for the event. It is Thursday at 1:00 in Grant Park on Jackson and Columbus by the Rose Garden area.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have a plethora of speakers.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many surprise guest speakers. We have a lot going on Thursday in the name of unity and voting, and how important the Black vote is, how important my people are to me.
And for that, we appreciate you. You have taken a moment of pain in your life and really focused it on bringing the community together as a whole. And I think that's what you're doing with this protest tomorrow, this peaceful protest and rally, and a lot of great guest speakers. Mark Aguirre, Isaiah Thomas, Jennifer Hudson are just a few of them. But I would love to have you back on tomorrow when we have a little bit more time so you can share a lot more about what you've actually been going through and share more about what we will get to see tomorrow. Can we try again tomorrow?
We can try again tomorrow because I love your show, and I will do it on a computer. Therefore, we won't have these phone interruptions, and it will not mess with my volume.
It sounds good to me. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you tomorrow morning. I'll make certain that
I'm looking forward to chatting with you all. I appreciate and love you guys so much. Take care.
Thank you. Please
so
give your
much.
son our best as well.
Big facts.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. I will.
Thank you. So we'll have him on tomorrow. That is the beauty of live broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
You can work it. You can figure it out. How about that part? So now I got 35 seconds to tell you this. Thank you for tuning into this page of the Book of Dawn. Salim Muwakil is coming in next. I dare you to use your voice and your actions to make a difference in somebody's life other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That part. Also, Jersey Day tomorrow. Wear a jersey, borrow a jersey, and I'm gonna start calling out my What's in It for the Black People Media family that are not participating. Shame on you. A Dikembe finger.
Well, they might tomorrow. They might do it without even realizing because it's sports.
I don't care.
So
wear it any damn way. And no hating. If I come in here in a jersey and y'all don't like the person, don't be mad. Listen. Thank you
You're
for
not
tuning
wearing like
in.
a Packers.
We appreciate you. Peace. Oh, I'm not a cheesehead.
Okay,
I like
thank you.
cheese.
That's
I'm
all
not a
that we-
cheesehead.
okay. All right,
Peace and roll tide. See you tomorrow.